Madridistas, what's happening, guys? We got a special guest today on Blancos Banter. And the stream, Dave, has hopped on with me too. I'm not stealing the name from you, mate. I know you got the Galacticos podcast and everything too, guys. If you don't know who Dave is already, go subscribe to my guy. It is in the title and the description too. Dave, how we doing, man?
Good, mate. Good. Very positive after Real Madrid collect all 9 points, essentially. Barcelona dropping points against Vallecano. What can be better? My predictions actually were a bit different than what I expected, essentially. So, you know what? Xabi Alonso, good job, very first 3 games. And let's hope it just carries on, mate. Let's hope it carries on.
That's what I'm hoping too. You know, I saw some people saying we might go undefeated and stuff like that in La Liga. Don't think that, but
I don't think that yet, mate. Not yet.
It's a little too early for that. But mate, you were at the Mallorca game too. What was the vibe there? What was the, how's everybody feeling about Xabi Alonso? How's everybody feeling? What can people who don't get to go to the games? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I was literally just obviously I had an amazing seat, by the way, guys, an absolutely peach seat. Yeah. It was in the very first sector. It was literally like 8 rows away from the players. Just an amazing seat altogether. And when you're watching the game live, it's a completely different feeling. You feel that Real Madrid badge strengthen when you're wearing it, especially in the kit. And when I was wearing that kit, mate, the blue one that I had obviously got, I was just so excited to watch the match. However, the match was disappointing for me personally, going to a home game and getting that kind of match, which is very weird altogether. And I just really liked certain parts of the game, but I hated the majority of it, unfortunately. But the vibe was great, mate. The vibe was great. We had Real Madrid fans all together, literally just singing the theme, everything that's going on, obviously, with the stadium. And that is now, obviously, my very first game this season. So, obviously, I attended a lot of the majority of the games last season because I moved to Madrid. I was there for a 5-month period. And I'm planning to move, well, I'm not move back, but move back full-time to Madrid come the new year. So, I can't wait to go to more games, honestly. I'm looking for El Clasico tickets. So we'll hope, mate. We'll see, mate, because the Clasico tickets are like, mate, I've been looking at them and like flipping, like a lot of people are quoting like 700, 800 quid for Clasico tickets. I'm like, bro, if a one-off, maybe, but bro, we would need to be like 6-7 points clear of Barcelona by time, and then I will be happy to get an El Clasico ticket, absolutely. But the match altogether, decent. Like 30 minutes in, we were looking kind of weird as a team, and then Trent hits an over the top ball. Obviously, Mbappe was caught offside but that whole string of 30 minutes was actually very poor from Real Madrid. And then, as soon as Xabi Alonso gets the team into the water break, we come out and we look like an absolute world-class team. We absolutely destroyed Mallorca in the spell of 10 minutes. So that's what it is, essentially. That's what Real Madrid did in that game. And the whole of the game, it was only a 10-minute spell. But the fans mostly were very, very hostile to the ref. Absolutely hostile. If you heard the watch along and you listened to it, and I saw you in the chat as well during the watch along, you would have heard whistles in my ears, literally deafening my ears, because it was that loud. And the Real Madrid fans, they definitely let their thoughts known about the ref. And I don't think the ref did a too bad job, essentially. It wasn't too bad, but a lot of the calls that the Real Madrid fans were screaming for, I was not understanding, like a few decisions here and there. I was like, are you blind or something? Do you need to go to the local opticians because you clearly need glasses? I was wearing my glasses, trust me, because I wanted to see, in 4K what was happening. So,
I think we got away with a couple calls. I thought Arda didn't even get a yellow in that game, and I was like, this guy is being a little reckless out there too.
Yeah, he lost the ball so many times. Arda's dispossession was crazy. Like the amount of times that he lost the ball in our own defensive area was disgusting, for a player of his quality. And people were saying that Arda Güler was the man of the match. No, he wasn't. when I saw it, it was definitely not the man of the match. It was
Yeah.
live. When you look at the game live, you actually see it's not TV highlights, TV replays. You're seeing from 0 to 90 minutes who's the best players. Yeah. And live, people say Tchouaméni got dunked on, but he was the one making all the heading clearances. He was the one stopping a lot of Mallorca's attacks, essentially directly in the center of the pitch. And Valverde as well was really good. And our midfield was the one who kept us from getting skimmed in the midfield, essentially. Yeah. Most of the attacks came from the wings down Trent's side. Yeah. Most of them. Yeah. And Pablo Torre was doing an excellent job for Mallorca. So look, the whole match was decent in terms of vibe, but in terms of play, I felt a lot of Madrid fans. The stadium wasn't rocking after how I feel it usually. Yeah, how I felt it usually after certain games last year. The stadium wasn't rocking. The fans went out. They looked miserable. It's like they'd just been like paralyzed or something. Honestly, they looked so miserable. The fans. It was crazy.
No, fair enough. I knew Vinny was going to be scoring. I said, if Dave's there, Vinny's going to be scoring for sure in front of you.
Yeah, he probably saw me in the stand. He was like, I need to score for this absolute prick, I'm going to score for this guy because I need to show him what
He's
I mean.
talking shit. I heard him.
Yeah. I heard online this guy is talking shit. I saw him in the stand, so I decided to score. But no, he took his goal excellently well. I've got a bit.
Yeah.
He had four players around him, and he's like, okay, sod this. I'm just going to do it myself and go on a solo run. And that's what he did.
Yeah, first back-to-back goals since January for him in total, and then first back-to-back since October in La Liga. So, yeah, I knew we'd see at least a goal. What's your thoughts though? Because I do my instant reaction right after the game too, and I know you rated the Tchouaméni and like Fede Valverde and stuff in the midfield too, and I thought Arda did better throughout the game, but so many people too are saying our midfield was terrible, our midfield non-existent and stuff like that.
It wasn't non-existent. Like, what I felt Arda did well was in certain instances he did like to press as well. He was good. His pressing game has improved a lot, Arda Güler, but he wasn't even playing last year, so we don't really know. But his pressing game has improved. Tchouaméni's pressing game has massively improved. Like, he's probably the best at it at the moment. Valverde just literally runs at people and he just takes people's ankles off. That's what Valverde's job is, And I expect more creativity. That's what I think fans are alluding to, is the creativity lacks from Real Madrid. But may I remind you that Carreras had an excellent game. Yeah. 100%. And for me, that people look at the header across the box from Dean Housen. Nobody picks up on Carreras' pass to Dean Housen.
True.
That was perfectly weighted with the perfect amount of backspin on the ball. So it floats in nicely. So Huijsen can actually head it across the box for Arda Güler. You see? Yeah. And that's what it is. That's what you need to do. You need to be taking your chances. And Carreras took that chance, yeah? Carreras was probably, if I look at it in after reviewing the match time and time again, Carreras probably was our best player.
I'd agree.
Definitely our best player, yeah? Tchouaméni was also with that. Valverde was with that, yeah? Mbappe stank the gaff out completely. I didn't see Mbappe do nothing the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, he was very close in that one offsides too. He looks clinical when he's getting the ball. He needs to not be offside. And so I do get that. In terms of like what he's done, I think going into the game, it was 12 goals in the last 7 games in La Liga. So he was on a ridiculous streak. So I was not that surprised that he didn't get a goal, even though he put 2 in the back of the net in this one too.
I think Mbappe, those kind of matches, he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle to score. Because Mallorca, what they did well is they maintain good shape and they hit us, not on the break as such, but they maintain good ball possession as well in the midfield, which actually killed us a lot in certain instances in the game. So that's why I'm saying to Madrid, don't be too jumping ahead of the gun yet. Don't be too in your moments, because don't forget that we played all our home games, essentially. Well, a home game in Oviedo is an away game, yeah. But we haven't looked absolute the best. We've done things professionally. That's the difference. There's a difference between a professional performance and doing a great performance, yeah. And that was a professional performance. Locking up at the end of the game, 80 minutes to go. Okay, cool, yeah. What's going to happen, yeah? we're going to bring on certain players. Yeah, that's going to influence how we pass the ball. Ceballos came on. Yeah, Rodrigo came on. Yeah, and Brahim Diaz came on.
Yep.
Yeah. So when those three came on and Gonzalo Garcia came on at the end, yeah. So we're now looking at players, and Xabi Alonso is thinking, okay, what kind of players do I need? And that's why I saw Xabi Alonso when what you don't see on the TV is Xabi Alonso's off the screen instructions to Ceballos. And I saw Xabi Alonso just doing this, yeah, just stick around that area. Yeah. Look, and he's pointing at the midfield, just stay in the center circle. Yeah. So that's what they did. Yeah. And Ceballos was pretty much in that area. You see, just playing the ball about, simple, no fancy business. And that's what kept the ball away from Mallorca. And that's what we do. We keep the ball away from the team as much as we can, so we limit their opportunities. That's what I like about Xabi Alonso's football, is that we're doing that properly this time. Ancelotti, we did keep possession, but it was just very reckless sometimes. We lost the ball in stupid areas, you see? Yeah. So I think we have to wait to see Jude come back. Let's see what happens when Jude comes back and how we maintain the ball possession, because I think Jude could be good in this system, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think Jude's gonna be good in the system too. I think that the thing that I would like us to be a little bit better at is really killing off these games. I hate hanging around when it's 1-0, and I mean it was 1-0 in the first game, 1-0 in the second game until we smashed two in the back of the net, and then this one too. We were just kind of letting Mallorca hang around a little bit too much. We can always improve on the performance, but I mentioned it before too. You can't improve on the result. So we do have 9 points. And I think it's a lot better than last year. I was looking at some stats. Last season, through the first 3 games, we had 5 points with 1 win, 2 draws. We only scored 5 goals, where we've scored 6 so far. We allowed 2 compared to 1. And I think the biggest one is big chances conceded. It was 4 last season, with only 1 this year. And then you compare it to Barcelona. You saw that
12,
graphic too. 12. That's
they have the highest amount of chances conceded in La Liga, which is obviously testament to their high line and what they're playing. But we play a high line. We do play a high line when we are in the attack mode. We play a high line because all the flipping defenders are literally in the midfield. Like, that's what Real Madrid do.
True, yeah.
You see Dean Housen stepping up literally into, I would say, a central midfield role. Yeah, and then you have. Do you know actually who played a good game last game? Militao actually a decent game.
He did, yeah.
Like Militao made good clearances, he made good tackles, and I've got to believe in those two as our centre-back pairing, even though Militao's got his injury worries. So we play a high line too, but do you know what the difference is? I'll tell you what it is. We actually have 2 high-quality centre-backs. That's the difference. Barcelona, they have 1 in Kabasi. But apart from that, bro, I've got to be honest, like Christensen and Eric Garcia, Koundé, I think, should play more centre-back for them, but they are just shambolic. Honestly, their defence is going to kill them this season. And just because of their defence, I think Real Madrid have just a slight edge at the moment in terms of what we can do, because we may win 1-0, 2-0. They may score like 5-3 games or whatever, 5-2 games. But at the end of it, it's just who racks up the most wins, you see? And that's why La Liga is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Barcelona can score 20 million goals in the next 5 games. We score 1, but the outcomes is all the same. You understand?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who scores the most goals. Honestly, Barcelona, I said this before the season, that Barcelona could score 100+ goals, yeah? But they'll be conceding, they're going to be conceding about 40, 50 this season. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, the way they're playing at the moment, they could concede a shitload of goals, and they won't even see it coming, because Vallecano gave them a game. And I'm telling you right now, teams like Villarreal, at the moment, the way Barcelona play, will flipping destroy Barcelona. Villarreal will destroy Barcelona. Real Madrid at the moment, if they play like that, how they play against Vallecano, they would get cooked by Real Madrid. And that is they would. It's facts right there.
No, I think that's the thing. They can score with anybody. They're some of the best scoring teams in the world. Them and PSG. I mean, as of today, I'd say they're better than Real Madrid, just because I feel like we have Mbappe that's probably better than any of them. But like even Vinny, I don't trust him, even though he went back to back. Yeah. But like you said, their defense is going to give up so many goals too, and so they're going to get results that are draws or losses and stuff just because of their defense. So I won't be that surprised. What's your expectations right now for La Liga?
My expectations are still the same. I don't really just point out, because Real Madrid won 3
Yeah,
games on the bounce,
100%.
that they're going to be like like A1 already. They're not A1 already. Real Madrid are mid at the moment. They're mid. They are. I've got to be factual here. Yeah, because we beat Mallorca, great. We played horrible against Mallorca. Let's be honest, against Oviedo, we weren't the best either. Let's be honest on this one.
Mhm.
Until we brought some actual fresh legs on, we weren't doing too well. Oviedo were on the insurgency. Osasuna, we were absolutely horrific. Same old Real Madrid. Yeah, people call me Mr. Get Negative. Yeah, people call me Mr. Negative. Why? Because I see that Real Madrid. Yeah, I said, yeah. People say that, oh, Real Madrid are not going to score like 5-4, got 5 goals every single game. Yeah, but I know that for a fact, yeah, that Real Madrid, yeah, should perform 70% of their games across the season in a good fashion, and beat teams. So how can I be Mr. Negative when I seen that against Mallorca we played horribly? Let's just call it as it is.
Mhm.
Oviedo wasn't the best game either, yeah, and Osasuna wasn't the best game, yeah. We've just been professional. Simple.
Yep. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying there. I think that it's getting close to getting better. I think that's the thing. And so what I'm like projecting what I think Real
Mm.
Madrid can be in 10 games from now, I see the potential where we are smashing some of these teams, you know what I mean? Where I think our offense looks better, we're winning the ball back like higher up the pitch and stuff like that. And I think we're getting close. I don't think we're there, and you can be critical on certain aspects. I think the thing we have to remember too, Dave, this back line is basically completely new. 3 of the 4 players
That's true.
are brand new to Real Madrid. Militao basically feels like a new signing because we haven't really seen him in the last 2 years. And then you're working, I think we're going to work Rudiger in too. And then over the last 2, we've started an 18-year-old who just flew in here from Argentina, who's getting real time, big time moments now. And we're also, in my opinion, I know you disagree with me, but we're missing, in my opinion, the best midfielder in the world in Jude Bellingham. So I
Mm.
think if you add him in, I think we'll be a lot better too. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think Jude was solidified in midfield. I wouldn't call him the best midfield. I probably wouldn't even call him top 5 midfielders in the world at the moment. And you know me, my wild takes, mate. I don't think I think Jude is good. Yeah, Jude is good at what he does. And he's very good at just floating into the box, floating into the area, and making his presence known. And like in midfield, he's decent at tackling, decent at passing, but nothing special, Mo. Like
I
he's an athletic build. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what he does because that's what shines through. He's athletic build. But Jude's nothing special to me in the midfield. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's very good. I one of the stats I pulled up before too, Pedri versus Jude in terms of passing accuracy last season, Pedri is 87.4 and Jude was 86.1. And that's
Mm.
also Jude having 9 goals and 8 assists in La Liga. I understand he's playing a little farther up the pitch and everything like that too, but I think that Jude does everything great. I don't think that he's a elite at everything, but I think there's what's the flaw to his game,
Yeah,
honestly.
his flaw to his game is that he's got very, very sloppy moments on the ball. Sometimes his technique lets him down a lot. That's what his problem is. His technique lets him down. He's a tidy player ish when he gets space and time. When he's getting pressed, I'm telling you right now, Jude is he loses the ball. He loses the ball frequently. He can use his strength. He can use his physicality to do that, but unfortunately, his lack of movement, his lack of technique lets him down. That's where Pedri has the advantage. Technique wise, Pedri is 50 times clear of Jude. Technique wise, on the ball,
Mhm.
like how he moves, how he turns, how he dribbles. Jude is better in terms of defensive attributes. He can defend, he's all around the pitch, he covers a lot of the ground. And that's where his athleticism comes into play because he can run up and down. I very rarely see Jude get tired. He puts his life and soul onto the pitch, you know?
Mhm.
So He just needs to be. He just needs to be. He needs to be a bit more tight, and maybe Xabi Alonso can work on that on his game, because if he does tidy up that Jude in terms of how he maneuvers the ball and how he can dribble past players and how he can, because Jude actually is actually rather quick because he's got long legs, he's got a very long stride, and he's actually quicker than people think. I'm telling you right now, Jude is much quicker than people think. So as soon as he beats his first man, he's off. He's like a gazelle, but he just go boom, yeah, down the middle. So I want to see Jude doing more of that. I want to see him drop the shoulder, beat one player, and just run, yeah. And then that creates the openings for the other people up front to just spread out, yeah. Create the gaps, create the channels that we need to pass the ball through, and then hit teams quickly on the break. Because a lot of teams are going to play part of the bus barriers. We know that fact, yeah. They're going to play 5 at the back and they're just going to be stubborn. Yeah. So Jude, what he does offer us a lot good, though, is aerial ability. When he goes into the box and we have Trent crossing the ball, I want to see Jude latching onto those crosses. Yeah. I want to see Jude just bombing up there. Yeah. And if Jude is going to replace someone in the team, or we're going to play at 3 at the back, and then I would see Chouameni maybe dropping into the back 3, you see? Yep. And then you have Jude, Valverde, and then Arda Güler. Great. You know? We'll see that. And then we have a 2 up the top with Vinny and Mbappe. You see? Yeah. So that could potentially work as well as a formation. And I would like to see that, because I want to see, I'm very interested to see Jude when he comes back. Yeah. When he comes back soon. Yeah. There's not even that long left. I think it's a month left now.
About a month. I think end of October. And I won't be that surprised we start seeing him ramp it up. You know, mid October.
Yeah, maybe. I'll be surprised if Jude is. Let me see.
I was gonna say El Clasico.
El Clasico. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, but I don't want to throw him into El Clasico.
I would like to see him before. I don't want him to be making his debut that day.
Guys, do you think Jude will be back before El Clasico? Let us know in the chat. I think he will be. I think he's going to be back for. Let me just check this game. I think he will be back.
Juventus before Getafe before that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like Villarreal. No, not Villarreal.
Getafe.
Getafe. Yeah, Getafe away is a great game for Jude to come in, because he's the kind of guy that will break that Getafe's defense. Like Getafe are going to be a crazy game, but we'll see anyway. We'll see what happens with Jude.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Guys, if you're just hopping in here too, make sure you're subscribed to Dave if you haven't already too. His link is in the title too. Hit the like on the stream too. Let's talk some of these players too. Dean, Carreras, Trent, Franco. How would you rank them in terms of what we've seen so far through, 3 games for some of them and then Club World Cup for some of them too?
Yeah, so do you know what? I've got a bone to pick with Dean Housen.
Oh no.
And I'm going to be honest here. Yeah. First game, he was great. Yeah. Yeah. Second and third game, he hasn't been all that, to be honest. Dean Housen hasn't been all that. He's been sloppy with his passing. And he's been like, his line with, like, Militao knows the line, like, really well. Yeah. Dean Housen needs to fit into that first and foremost. Like, last game, he looked very sloppy, the passing. The game before, he wasn't at the races either, you see. So, I've got to be honest, like, Dean needs to step it up after the incident. He's an excellent player. We know that. He is excellent player. We saw him throughout the Club World Cup, how the pass move, everything that he was doing, amazing. He's like a Regisa in defensive mode. But he is, such a great player, and we just need to, I think, let him settle into the squad. Trent, obviously, second game, he was replaced by Carvajal in the starting lineup, which I was all for, because do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say right now, Carvajal should be our number 1 right back. That is
facts.
So? Yeah, 100%. Like, Trent is great and all that, but Carvajal's been there for multiple trophies. Yeah, he is our most experienced head on that pitch. Yeah, and sometimes you need that in the team. Yeah, sometimes you need someone like Carvajal who is no nonsense in the defense. Like, he clears his lines. He doesn't do this pass out the back routine. And if he does, he knows it's going to be tidy. Yeah. Trent, long ball accuracy, great. Like, his pass and move is decent. Defensively, he still needs to be worked on. Like I saw him, in the last game, Mallorca. And these are the things that you don't see on the pitch again, guys. I'm telling you right now, these are the things you don't see on TV. His positioning was awful defensively. Yeah, he was getting caught out along the left hand side. You saw a lot of the attacks actually came down that left hand side. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the attacks for them came down the left hand side because Carreras was just he was locking up the defense completely. Yeah, Trent left a lot of gaps. When you see the defensive line here, yeah, Carreras is here, yeah. Trent is like miles out. Like, what's he doing? Yeah, so Trent here needs to drop a little bit deeper, I think, personally, because he's just allowing too much gap behind. And I see so many times when Mallorca had a chance to feed the ball through, they didn't see it. But a better team will. A team like PSG would see that. So Carvajal, what he lacks in pace, relies on IQ and defensive IQ. Trent is the opposite way. Attacking IQ probably better than Carvajal. But don't get me wrong. Carvajal is also great in attacking areas as well. Yeah, you think Carvajal these years that he played for Real Madrid is not being good in attacking areas? Of course he has.
Yeah,
of course he has. Yeah, and he's the one with the true passion for this club. He's played there for so long. Yeah, and he knows what he needs to win trophies. Yeah, because that's what it is. So Trent decent, Franco,
raw.
He's raw. That's it. He's just a raw talent. So we just need to see. We need to see him develop. Yeah, Carreras. Great last game. Game before a bit sloppy against Oviedo. Game before that, all right. But I kept on saying this. I said this to Will yesterday. I said, Carreras is making all the right runs on the left hand side. Why can't Vinny and Rodrigo feed him through? Are they blind? Are they flipping blind in the head? Like, what are they? What's their problem? Like, can't they see him overlapping on the left hand side consistently? Why can't they see him? Bro, like Stevie Wonder could see them. Yeah? Stevie Wonder could see Carreras making that overlap. Why can't Vinny and Rodrigo see him? It's mind-boggling to me because he's getting into all good areas, yeah? Behind low blocks, and he's dipping his shoulders, running outside, and then running behind the defense. Why can't they just slot him through, man? And then it gives us an opportunity to now be in a very dangerous area to cross the ball or hit it flat into the box where you have guys like Mbappe waiting. Clueless, man. I don't know.
Do you think they're just not used to it because you had somebody like Mendy who seemed allergic to the ball?
Exactly that. Yeah, it's habit. There's all the time. Yeah,
these old habits that they're still trying to kind of
all the time. But do you know what? Yeah, like Franco Mastantuono. The problem with him is I think his rawness hasn't come out yet. He's too safe. He's playing it very safe. Like he loses the ball a lot as well. That's a problem with him. He's not finding his feet as much as people think he is. So we just need to wait and see because, like, I'm looking at Endrick coming back as well. Yeah, and Endrick is going to be playing second fiddle probably to Franco Mastantuono on the right hand side with Brahim as well. Yeah, because Endrick is supposed to be our striker, but we already have Gonzalo Garcia as our striker. You understand? So I think, look, Endrick's got the number 9 as well. So I don't know, mate. We have to see, innit?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, because Endrick, I think he's going to have to work his way in because, Gonzalo Garcia has earned his spot. We saw what he did in the Club World Cup and stuff for us. Endrick hasn't even played under Xavi. So Xavi doesn't even know what to think of him. I mean, he's seen him in training and stuff, but has he even had the opportunity?
Endrick's not the typical player for Xabi Alonso. I've got to be honest right now. Yeah, the guy can't. The guy we saw him last year. His passing move is atrocious. Yeah, he's young. I know he's got time to develop, but his passing move is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like I don't know, mate. I think Endrick, his best ability is getting behind the defensive line and unleashing one of his bullets. That's what it is. Like he's got power. A foot that will rip the back of the net. Yeah. So I don't know. We have to see, mate.
No, we'll see what happens. I could see him being that like right wing striker role, but even then, if Gonzalo Garcia is struggling to get minutes, unless there's some deal with Florentino Perez or something like that he's just going to work his way back in and be in there quicker. I don't know, but Yeah, we'll see. I like Franco. He does go to the ground way too easy for me. Any little contact, he's trying to nutmeg somebody, he just gets shoved and gets put over and stuff. I think he'll be better in time, but I think he's a project. That's what I thought when we signed him, and so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I know, mate. I just want to see our players gel more. That's the thing. Like I want to see the new players gel more, and I think this international breaks come at a good time.
Hmm.
Um, because it gives us a break before we go onto the gauntlet. And that
Yeah.
gauntlet of games is hella bad for us. But I tell you what, we've got a gauntlet that's just going to frighten a lot of Real Madrid fans. And best believe that if we win all these games, mate, I'll be singing Xabi Alonso's name off the top of my lungs. That is absolutely serious because we beat Barcelona in El Clasico, bro.
Hmm.
Hey, do you know what? You won't see a Real Madrid fan online sport like me. It raise the roof like that. Honestly, I would shout the roof down. Honestly, that's as simple as that.
Yeah, we got some interesting. We'll talk about Champions League here in just a minute, but I saw some. So I know we have the links with Kanate for next summer. I know we have the
Mm.
links for Saliba. I was looking around and I saw apparently we have links with Mark Gahey. What do you think about that? I know the deal collapsed with Liverpool and stuff like that. What do you think about having him as an option compared to like a Kanate?
He's a very good centre back, but the problem is that like I look at Mark Gahey as a guy that's not Real Madrid quality, and I use that with the utmost respect for Mark Gahey because
Yep.
he's a brilliant centre back. Yeah, I want to see someone like a really high quality centre back come in. Yeah, I want to see either Saliba come in. Yeah, or I want to see either he won't go, but someone like a Bastoni, Saliba, one of
Bastonians,
these
both.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys to come in and really just solidify Real Madrid. Do you know what? If we had Saliba, we had Bastoni. Yeah, one of these two. Real Madrid's
Elite.
defense will be elite, bro. And that's simple as just simple as it comes because Militao is great, yeah, but he's no Saliba. Let's be honest. Saliba is better than Militao, yeah,
Hmm.
and Bastoni is better than Militao. It's just someone next to Dean Housen who can be the stopper in that defense, yeah. Like you always have got to have your two really good centre backs. You got to have your Ferdinand. You got to have your Vidic. One that's really just going to clamp people's legs, and the other one has got the more technical type of defending. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got Terry Carvalho. These kind of examples. Yeah, yeah. These are the kind of examples I'm talking about. So I look at. I mean, in the past we saw it. Varane, Ramos.
Hmm.
These kind of Pepe Ramos. You know, we've seen it as Real Madrid fans when we have those kind of two that's going to be really good. Like I see our centre backs now, both technical, they move the ball well, yeah, but there's nobody who's going to go, just wait a second, hold
Yeah.
up. Yeah, you're in front of me, you're not getting past. Yeah, I don't see both of these defenders doing that. Rudiger is the guy for that, but Rudiger has lost his legs, unfortunately. I don't think Rudiger's capable enough this season to do that. Yeah, so I don't know, like, bro, it's
That's
very
the
hard
thing.
to it's very
Yeah.
hard to see. It's very hard to determine. Like, we need to recruit a very high quality centre back. Mark Gahey, for all his greatness, like he's high respect to Mark Gahey. He's an excellent, very good prospect, English defender. But unfortunately, not Real Madrid quality.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just the way we've kind of been shopping. It seems like free 99 is the only way that you're actually coming to Real Madrid for some of these players. I mean, we did go out and spend some money,
Hmm.
Carreras, we got a Dean Housen late. So maybe another Dean Housen project or something like that. Watching Lenny Euro, I wish we would have got him, but then at the same time, we probably would not be having
Yeah,
Dean Housen.
Lenny Euro's another Dean Housen kind of player. It's
Yeah.
like these guys that can work the ball out, pass the ball out, be very good on the ball. That's not what we want. We want another Rudiger, prime Rudiger. That's what we
Yep.
want. Yeah, that's what we want essentially in the team. Yeah, we want someone like like Ramos, prime Ramos, that can really just go, okay, cool. Watch this. Yeah. Hold that. Yeah. Your legs are getting taken off. That's what we want. Yeah. And Rudiger's the
Mhm.
guy, but like I said, mate, he's legs, man. Rudiger's legs. I'm sorry, his legs are gone. Yeah. Rudiger, a couple of years ago, top three centre backs
He's
in the
great.
world.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable, Rudiger. Yeah, Rudiger was so good. But now, yeah, that is gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that Fatima said. That we want a rigid guy, rigid person in the defense. Somebody who's going to literally just take people's
Power.
shins off. Exactly. That's what it is.
Make him scared of it. Yeah, you know.
And then from corners, it helps a lot. Corners,
True.
it helps so much because when you have someone like that, like strikers are fearful for these centre backs because they're afraid like Rudiger, mate. He knocks someone out with his head, mate. You feel it for days, you know. And strikers, you got to believe us that strikers are fearful of that when they go into that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna highlight this one. Do you see Raul getting any shot, any chances or anything like that?
No. He's not an Alonso player. I said it since the Club World Cup, mate. He's not an Alonso player. He's too slow on the ball. Like he takes too many risks as well, trying to dribble past. Like, what are you trying to do, bro? Just pass the ball out simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alonso likes simple players. Apart from Vini and Mbappe, you're going to take the risks. You realize the whole starting lineup, simple. Yeah, no more. Like you see, Carreras. That's why he doesn't choose Fran Garcia. Fran Garcia takes too many risks. There's too many risks. Yeah. Apart from your two risk players up front, he's not budging. He's not budging. Yeah. That's why the midfielder. Yeah, he's not going to get someone flamboyant and creative. He's going to get someone who's just going to do the simple things well. And do you know what? Xabi Alonso's theme, I think, for Real Madrid, and every team has a theme every year. Yeah. We saw Luis Enrique with PSG, how they were just very tidy, but they were just ruthless in attack. Yeah. Barcelona last year, they leaked goals as well, but they were just one of the best, most free-flowing attacking teams in the world. Yeah. Real Madrid's motto and theme this year is tidy and professional wins. That's what we want. Yeah. We want tidy professionalism. That's it. Finished. Yeah. We win 1-2-0. Fine. That's it. Who cares, bruv? We won 1-2-0. Look, if we win, yeah, guys, if we carry on playing like this and we win the very first 9 games, brother, I wouldn't give a shit, bro. I honestly won't give a shit, yeah, because I know that we're winning games regardless of how we're performing. Alonso relies on also the quality of the team to just pull through the games a little bit. He gives them the tactical breakdown of how to play the game. But apart from that, boom, you do your thing as well, and you stick in these positions, and we will score. That's what he's saying, yeah? That's why they came out after the water break looking like flipping, like they wanted to win the Champions League, mate. How they played.
He adjusted very quickly too. Unfortunately for us, I don't think we're gonna have all these watering breaks all the time. So he's gonna have to make some more, halftime adjustments and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens with that. You're mentioning Rudiger and stuff like that. I was looking earlier today. I don't expect us to do any January transfers because we never do, right? And I was looking, I said, okay, what players are leaving next year, right? So Alaba, Rudiger, and Carvajal, all their contracts are up at the end of the year. And then as of now it's not official, but Courtois and Asensio, apparently their contracts are ending, but at the same time, it's been rumored and stuff like that.
Courtois got an extension, yeah.
Extension, it just hasn't been announced. So with Alaba, I think we're all fine with that too. If Rudiger, do you want him extended, or is this go get the replacement then?
Well, Real Madrid have the over 30 rule in it.
Yep.
So the over 30 rule means that they won't really extend the players, and it's like a 1-year extension. Fine, yeah. I say no.
Yeah,
I say no. Go another centre back. I don't know, 100% no, mate. That money would pay for itself.
No.
For another centre back. Yeah. Carvajal, yes.
Maybe a plus
Carvajal,
one.
definitely yes. Yeah.
What you said earlier about Carvajal, I don't disagree with you about. He's such an underrated player, one of the best right backs that I've ever seen.
Well, he's one of the best right backs in the world at the moment. I don't even care what anybody says. Like he's still one of the best right backs.
I just think it's his health more than anything. It's not about his ability. Yeah. It's just keeping him healthy. And so I won't be surprised to see a little bit more rotation and stuff like that. But I mean, I asked Will this before, and I said, Liverpool tomorrow, who's your right back? And he said Trent. You're saying Carvajal, though?
Oh, I say Carvajal all day, mate.
100%? Yeah.
100%. Do you know the reason I say Carvajal all day against Liverpool? Because I know now they have Isaac. Yeah. Ekitike is drifting off to the left. Yeah. You're going to need someone that's defensively sharp. Yeah. IQ wise to literally handle that guy. Yeah. He's a tall. his legs, mate. Bro, this guy's massive. Yeah, you need someone that's going to defend that guy all day. Yeah, and I'm sorry. Yeah, but we're gonna have problems against Isak enough as it is. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna have enough problems with Isak. Yeah, so we don't want to be a man down on the right hand side, right back. Yeah, you're gonna need Carvajal. That is it. Defensively, we need to be shaping up properly. If it's Liverpool tomorrow, I'm putting Carvajal. Yeah. I'm putting Militao, I'm putting Dean Housen, I'm putting Carreras. Yeah. It's simple. Yeah. And Sherman can drop into the back five if he wants to. Yeah.
Yeah.
In some parts of the game. Yeah. Because we need solid defenders. Yeah. And we need experienced defenders who've done it and won it. Obviously, Dean Housen hasn't, but you could tell. Yeah. Or alternatively, if Xabi Alonso wants to do something properly, then he says, okay, Rudiger, you are sticking on Isaac and make it difficult for Isaac. Yeah. To do anything in that game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rudiger will be great. If Rudiger's like completely fit and healthy, yeah, him against Isak would be great because Rudiger's got the physicality to handle Isak. None of our centre backs have physicality to handle Isak. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Militao doesn't, Dean Housen doesn't, but Rudiger does. He's the only one. Yeah, the only one. So if I'm playing Liverpool tomorrow, then I'm looking at, do I go with Rudiger or do I go with Militao? I would actually prefer Rudiger, to be honest, with Dean Housen. You need someone that's going to handle Isak's physicality, and that is fact. And then Carreras on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side against Salah, because Carreras is just naturally more physical, bigger than Salah, yeah? And like Fran Garcia is quicker, but you need someone who's just going to sit back a little bit and have, a good time, against Salah, not a difficult time. Fran Garcia will get caught by Salah. I'm telling you, even Salah's not the best player in the world. Like people rate Salah's technical ability. He is shit technically. Yeah, Salah is a typical GA.
But Dave,
merchant.
goals, dude. You don't like goals,
bro? Salah is a GA merchant if I ever seen one in my life. Yeah. He will go down in Premier League history as one of the best players ever. And I don't even rank him in the probably top 30 players ever in the Premier League. Yeah. Because there's so many players that I just put above Salah's in an instant. Instant. Yeah. And Salah say, oh, Salah this and that, Salah this and that, Salah this and that. Bro, come off it, bro. Come off it, man. Like this guy, he gets his goals, he gets his assists. Great. His output is great. But on the ball, bro. Yeah, on the ball, yeah. If we have someone like Carreras there, I think he will handle him. Definitely.
Now, Carreras, or is there any chance we could see Mendy? Any chance?
No, I would never even put Salah, bruv.
No.
No.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't put Mendy. I wouldn't even put Mendy in Castilla, bro. Never mind Real Madrid, bro. Like that guy is crazy, mate. Yeah.
I don't know if we ever extended him or not. I remember that being a thing before.
Bro. I can name top 30 players off the top of my head right now that are better than Salah in the history of the Premier League. And we're talking about everybody's talking about wingers. Everybody just looks at wingers, but I look at midfielders, I look at defenders, I look at goalkeepers. Yeah.
Fair.
I can name 30 players right now off the top of my head that's better than bloody Mohamed Salah.
Chat, name me 30 players right now better though. I want to hear it from the chat. Also, chat, Trent or Carvajal if we're playing Liverpool tomorrow. Who is the right back? I want to hear from you. You guys, if you haven't already, like the stream. Over about 150 of you in here right now, but we only got like 56 likes. You guys are moving like Mendy out here, so we need it. Yeah, we need that change too. But
I'll just name top 10 now, just for you guys. Yeah,
Dave's like adding in his head.
I just do top 10 just for you guys.
Go for it.
Scholes is better. Henry's better. Bergkamp's better. Yeah. Okay, Man United. Let's go to Man United. Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo's better. Okay, then flipping Eden Hazard's better for Chelsea. Gianfranco Zola's better for Chelsea. Yeah. If I go to Liverpool, Michael Owen was miles better than Mohamed Salah. Miles better than Mohamed Salah. Yeah. Alan Shearer, if you're talking about output, Alan Shearer is Mr. Output. Yeah. Midfielders, Patrick Vieira is better. Yeah. Lampard's better. Gerrard's better than Salah. Yeah. By a country mile, mate. Xabi Alonso for Liverpool was better than bloody Mohamed Salah. Let's just call it as is. Wayne Rooney, better. Yeah. Dwight York, Andy Cole, better than Salah. Yeah, bro, I could just name fucking 10 million players off the top of my head, bro. Yeah, Bro, JJ Okocha's better than bloody Mohamed Salah. Let me call it that, yeah? Yeah, Ferran Torres better than Salah. Luis Suarez is better than Salah. Yeah? Bloody, so many, like, you want to go defenders? But I could go defenders as well, bro. Yeah? Just Ashley Cole, Giggsy. Mate, there's so many players, bro. You could just name top 30
Dave's
players.
going to do a 12-hour live stream of just naming players that are better than Mo Salah.
I would do it straight in, mate. I don't even care, mate. Just is as all-route players, mate. Mohamed Salah is not even in the top 30, bro. I could name 50 players better than Mohamed Salah in the Premier League. Yeah? Bang, mate.
Too good. Levi says with his member super chat, impressed with Dave's calm input. So yeah, there you go, Dave.
Levi was the one who was cooking me when as soon as she announced the stream.
Levi, were you cooking him?
He was the one. He was the one saying that. Oh no, not this guy. Yeah, I'm very calm actually. When you meet me in person, I'm very calm. However, when Real Madrid lose, then I get pissed off big time. Yeah. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So
Omar says, do you know what? I've got to say something. Yeah, I've got to say something. Yeah, and I was saying yours, but I'll say on my stream as well when I do one. Yeah. There's one guy always present in the chat that I love his input. I would love to invite Omar on for a show. Yeah. He's been my mod from day one, pretty much. Yeah. Omar, you are an absolute legend. You are in the chat for every single Real Madrid content creator. Yeah. And this is what we want as Real Madrid content creators, because we're trying to build up like a great super Saiyan like group. Yeah. Yeah. This guy here, Omar. Yeah. We're going to bring up a super sane group of Real Madrid content creators, yeah? We need loyal fans to join us on a week in, week out shows, yeah? You like Real Madrid, you like English-speaking content, we're going to bring the content to you, yeah? So, man like Omar, bruv, and a lot of other people, yeah? A lot of other people have been present, obviously, in a lot of the streams, and it's just big up to everybody, obviously, who always joins all the guys. Football Matrix, Sam, Dally, Will, myself. I see a lot of people also joining Faisal's one. Even if you join Faisal, good stuff. I want to do a show with him now because I think we will do some good content. So, guys, do you know what? We are pretty much, like going to build up this audience, man. When we all hit 100K, remember where we started, people, yeah? Yeah, that's it, yeah? Started from the bottom, now we're here. Exactly. That's what we're talking about, yeah?
To quote Drake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No big deal. So yeah, shout out to the chat. Appreciate everybody hopping in here too, guys. If you haven't, I don't know how you haven't. Go subscribe to Dave
what?
too.
Actually, I think me and Omar actually, the way that he actually disagreed with me in a comment, I think once, and I started like going off on people. Like it's crazy. Yeah? I think he must have just wrote a comment once, and then like I had mad respect for this guy. Like he doesn't he's not a yes man in the comment section, which is always great. We want to hear the bite backs, because that's what brings up the audience, and brings up a great community of Real Madrid fans.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to you, Omar. Shout out to chat. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, big up everybody.
Thoughts on Champions League draw. So we got the times now and everything like that. And I'll just start it off. That Almaty game being 2 days after Atletico Madrid, there's no way that happens. There's no way. Yeah, a Sunday exactly. And then a Tuesday, you think that gets moved, right?
What's that? Sorry, which games?
So we are supposed to be playing Atletico Madrid on a Sunday, and then flying 12 hours to Kazakhstan the next day, and then be playing Almaty in Kazakhstan on Tuesday.
It could be moved, but I don't know, mate. Kazakhstan, people think that Kazakhstan's like miles away. It's not that far as people think it is. It's all right. It's still on the cusp of Europe, so I don't know. Maybe they'll move it. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's still like a 12-hour flight, I'm pretty sure is what it is. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's get the super chat. Levi, appreciate the super chat, my guy. Impressed with Calm Dave's input. Dally is class. Global Madridista is class. Levi, appreciate the super chat too. And I'm happy, Dave.
I actually want to do it when I'm in Madrid. When I'm in Madrid next time, and I'll be in Madrid soon, I think before the Atletico Madrid game. I actually want to do a show live in Madrid outside the Bernabeu with Global Madridista. I want to see what he has to say literally about Real Madrid. I'm very interested. I want to do it live outside the Bernabeu. Yeah, I'll bring my laptop, I'll bring my camera, mate. We'll do a live show outside the Bernabeu. because I think it'd be a great great show, and he will have Mr. Negativity out there, which is me. That's per usual. But
Well,
yeah,
fair enough.
I'm all right with that.
Levi, I appreciate the super chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chatted with Global today too. Video on his channel. So we can set it up, Dave. We can set it up for you.
Yeah,
too.
you said that, man. I've said, you know what? I've said some stuff about Global Madrid in the past. Maybe you know what? He's an old school Madrid fan. Yeah. I've said obviously that he has the public relations do with the club. He's obviously probably goes to the weekly games. He goes to more games than me, bro. Let's just call it as it is. Yeah. So you know what? If he wants to do a show, mate, let him do a show, and we can do it outside the Bernabeu when I'm in Madrid. And I would actually love to do that because he's probably the goat of the YouTube space, if you call it outright, that he's been on this thing for a very, very long time, along with Manager Madrid, Kayan, along with obviously Faisal, who've been all in this game for longer than us. So let's hope that we can do a show outside the Bernabeu, and he won't cook me. That's definitely not a fact. He won't cook me. I know that for a fact because he was the one saying that he was blaming the Heat for why we lost against PSG. That's mad, bro. I was.
I have to go back. Well, I'm gonna try to get to Madrid here soon, so I don't know. Maybe we do.
Sorry, mate. You were talking about the Champions League. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I'm trying to get to a Champions League game. We'll see if that happens. So yeah, but the draw overall. Thoughts on the draw? Thoughts on the oppositions and stuff? And like we got the schedule too. So it looks like Jude should be back for Liverpool and for Man City too. Thoughts?
Man City, I think will beat them
at home.
Yeah, Man City will beat them. People think Benfica is going to be an easy game.
No, I don't think we've ever beat them.
No. Yeah, obviously last time was back when Real Madrid were one of the superpowers of Europe. Benfica was Eusebio, one of the best players of all time. So I don't know. We have to think about what's the main matches that we need to focus on. The main matches we need to focus on are Liverpool away.
Yep.
If we walk away at Anfield with a draw, I'm calm, bruv. Yeah, I'm calm. Yeah, I'm very calm about that. Yeah, I'll be calm. If we walk away with a draw against Benfica, I don't think I will be too calm. I'm going to be honest on that one. Yeah, because I want to see us in the top three. Yeah, and we need to beat Benfica. The other game that is going to be worrying is Olympiacos. People think Olympiacos is going to be an easy ride. It's not. Trust me. I've been to Greece for many, many games. My dad is Greek Cypriot. Yeah. I've been to Greece to watch a lot of games. Panathinaikos, most importantly. Yeah, because he was a big Panathinaikos fan as well. And you go in that stadium, you feel it big time. Yeah. The atmosphere in that stadium was more rocking than when I went to the Bernabeu the other day. Facts. Yeah. The Greek stadiums are crazy. They're like Turkey. It's the same thing. Yeah. There's flares, there's noise, there's drums, everything. Yeah. You are going to be shitting yourself playing against Olympiacos. Yeah. I think, can we beat Olympiacos? Yes, of course we can. But we have to take our chances properly. Yeah. So we need to be properly in this. Yeah. We need to be properly invested in this Champions League, because if we walk away third, second, or first, you know what? We have a good chance of winning the Champions League. Absolutely. Because we get seeded higher, we get placed in an easier bracket. People say, oh, Liverpool got PSG. Yes, Liverpool got PSG because PSG finished in the near the end of the bloody table, essentially. Yeah, they just scraped into the playoffs. Yeah, so essentially they got seeded, but Liverpool got seeded against a very poor initial starting PSG. Yeah, so you get seeded against an easier team. Yeah, so we can work out the groups and say, okay, cool, Real Madrid, we get a chance here. If we win second or third, yeah, we'll be singing as Real Madrid fans. Trust me, I don't want to see us playing the playoffs an extra 2 games, bro. Don't give me that again, please.
Yeah, that minimum 100%. And I'm looking at the table last year. The teams that were like, so 14th was PSV Eindhoven. Benfica was 16th. PSG was 15th. And then like Milan was 13th and stuff like that. And then there was the couple odd ones like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and stuff like that too.
I heard obviously Football Matrix and Sam in our group, in the Football Chaos group, say that if Real Madrid do not get into the automatic playoffs, they want to see Alonso sacked. And you know me, I'm the guy, mate, just full advocate for this. I'm like, yes, mate, I want to see him sacked. I was like, hold your horses. If we're first in La Liga and we're clear of Barcelona, by that time, the Champions League, and if we're not in the actual automatic placings, I'm sorry, but Alonso's done enough in La Liga to show me that he's going to win La Liga. That's my main competition
this year.
That's my main competition this year.
Yep.
So hold your horses. If we're first and we're clear in La Liga, then I'll reserve my judgment about the Champions League. Because Champions League is the secondary trophy for me this season. Secondary trophy. Real Madrid always want to win the Champions League. We know it because it's our trophy. But I'm sorry. Look, we do have a tough run of games. Barcelona have a harder run of games than us. Well, that's facts. Barcelona have PSG, Newcastle away, and Chelsea away. They are going to get fried on all 3 games. That's I know 100%.
We hope so. We hope so.
We hope so. But Newcastle are going to.
No, that's going to be difficult. I wish that was about 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, to be honest, than when it is.
It's right now. It's going to be after the.
Yeah, but they're just getting some of these players in and stuff from the transfer. So what, do they have a game before they play Barcelona?
Yeah, it's true. But honestly, I tell you what, Newcastle. I tell you, they sound. What's his name for Brentford? Vasia, was he?
Wesa.
Wesa. Sorry, my bad. So, bro, look, we'll hope, mate. We'll hope to see everything happening in the Champions League, because those games are coming thick and fast for Barcelona. Trust me. That PSG game is, I think, directly after or 2 games after. Oh, mate. Oh, wait. Who does Barcelona have after El Clasico?
I'm looking right now. I got the.
Who did they have after El Clasico? Oh, yeah. They got easy games. They got Olympiacos. Oh. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. They got Olympiacos before us.
At home, though.
That's completely fine. Yeah, that's completely fine. Barcelona got PSG on the 1st of October. And who did they have after? Man, that's a tough one. They got PSG 1st of October, then they got Sevilla the game after in Sevilla. That's going to be a tough game. That's going to be a tough game for them. Yeah. There's about people say Newcastle with that Isak. So what, man? So what?
Yeah, bro? I'm just curious how they get their new signings kind of like.
Eddie Howe will set up that team properly for that Barcelona game. Yeah, that's going to be a very successful hate watch. Trust me on this one.
Hope so. You guys can check it out on Dave's channel too. So,
do you know what? Should I go to the Newcastle game?
Might have to.
Newcastle game. Should I go to Newcastle all the way, mate? And they've been like
the train.
Should I just wear a Newcastle? Hey guys, every Barcelona game, Chelsea game, Carefree Lewis, I want him to get me a Chelsea kit, so I can go to the Stamford Bridge and join the Chelsea fans against Barcelona. Let me do that, bruv. I'm gonna contact Lewis this week, and hopefully he can give me a ticket to that.
Gotta do it.
Yeah,
gotta do it.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Well, Dave, I only got.
I wear a Chelsea kit all day long, mate.
You got to do it. Live hate watch. We need to see it. The content would be incredible.
Yeah, I'll vlog it.
Final question for you. I asked Will this, and you have a history a little longer than both Will and I in terms of following Real Madrid and stuff like that. So I'm curious your answer here. Who's the player that never played for Real Madrid that you wish did?
Woo. That's a great question. In my time supporting Real Madrid,
sure, whatever you want, whatever. If there's a player that you're like, you watch the highlights, if they were in the 60s or 50s, or
I can't single out one, but I'll single out 3.
Okay,
yeah,
I have 2, 3. So that's fair.
Yeah, Ronaldinho,
yep,
and Iniesta.
Okay.
People will say Messi, but I no. Do you know what? I would say not to Messi, because we had CR7, so CR7 was competing with Messi anyway.
The rivalry was good. I think you needed the rivalry too. So
people will say
yeah, people would say Messi, but no, Ronaldinho was different level, bruv. Like that guy was, yeah, he was incredible, man.
That's why I root for Brazil. Is
Yeah,
Ronaldinho?
when you have a team, that gets absolutely, when you have Real Madrid, one of the best Real Madrid teams that we've had, yeah, get absolutely fisted up by Ronaldinho by himself. You know, that's a difference. That's a crazy game, mate. Like, he battered us. I remember it, bro. 3-0. I remember it vividly. What a game, bruv. The guy run past the whole team and scored past Casillas, mate. It's like, yeah, let me just hold this, bruv. Yeah. So, but you know what? If there's a player, if I'm looking at away from Barcelona, Scholes. If I'm looking away from Barcelona, Scholesy. There's a string of players that I wish I would have to play, but it would be, actually no. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change to Ronaldinho and Paul Scholes. Those two.
There you go.
Or if I look at striker, pure striker, Cantona maybe. Cantona potentially. Yeah, I'm a bit more old school than a lot of people. Zola's another one as well, mate. There's a lot of players, mate. Thierry Henry.
That could be, yeah.
Arsenal, Thierry Henry, mate. 2006 when 2004 Henry. Absolutely. I would have taken him all day, mate. Henry was better than R9 at that time in that year. He was better than R9. Yeah. And that's saying something for myself.
Mine's a little bit new. Neymar and Pogba for me. I love Neymar. The flair and everything. There's a reason why Florentino Perez is going for every single Brazilian to be born there now. That's a winger and stuff now. I think Stavao is going to actually haunt us a little. That he's not, that he went to Chelsea. I think it'll be interesting. And then Pogba, the flair, everything about him too. Prime Pogba to me was elite. So
yeah,
I love him. But
yeah, I was going to say, I was going to say Messi, but Messi's just going to be said by everybody but everybody else, mate. Unfortunately, like there's so many players. Like, you can even do goalkeepers, bruv. I would love to have seen Schmeichel in a flipping Real Madrid kit, bruv. That would have been crazy. I would have loved to have seen Rio Ferdinand in a Real Madrid kit. Absolutely, like as a defender, or Paolo Maldini, or
people saying Maldini in chat right now.
Nesta, like these defenders. Like, obviously we had Cannavaro, which is one of the best Italian defenders of all time, playing a Real Madrid t-shirt. But Maldini, like right backs, Cafu. I would have loved to seen Cafu in a Real Madrid t-shirt. I would have loved to seen. Oh, mate, there's so many players, bro. Like, I could just name a string of them. But yeah, that's a good question, mate. I might ask that in the future to somebody else.
Yeah, you can steal it. Yeah, that's my final question. I'll be asking everybody because I am curious, and I knew coming into this, I was like, Dave's probably going to have something that both Will and I to Neymar and Pogba too. So I wanted to see what you would say for that one too. But
yeah. So basically, there's actually, we could have actually got Ronaldinho. The story behind Ronaldinho. No. Apparently, we could have got Ronaldinho, but I think it was an associate of Perez who said that no point in getting Ronaldinho because he was too ugly. That's what they said to me. That's apparently the actual rumor and the story behind it. We could have got Ronaldinho before Barcelona. That is facts, mate. That is well documented, mate. But look, we had very ugly players ourselves, mate. So I don't care, mate. Thomas Gravison was one of the most ugly players I was in my life. So yeah, we moved, mate.
Pretty FC is what you can be calling Real Madrid, I guess, too. So
research that up, guys. Research it up now on Google. If you want to go on Google, research it up, bro. It's a well-known rumor or well-known fact. I don't know if it's a fact as of yet, but Perez associate said he was too ugly. It wasn't Perez himself, I don't think.
That's wild. We'll get this super chat. Levi, appreciate the super chat, my guy. We have to beat Barca. Last season was a true humiliation for us. Still can't believe it. Yeah. We'll I hope we can. Let's see what happens the rest of the way. Dave's gonna be back on here too, and we'll chat about it another time too.
One thing I'm gonna say about Barcelona: if they carry on playing like this, Real Madrid are gonna thump them.
Cook them
first meeting. If they play like this, we're gonna get an absolute glory day on that El Clasico. Trust me in this one, yeah, because Barcelona are not the same situation they were last year. Trust me in this one. They are nowhere near the races.
So we just got to keep plugging away, get our points. If we end up with 27 points before that game, all wins. Oh my lord, Xabi Alonso, bro! I will sing you praises from the top of the flipping roof, bro. I don't even care, mate. That'd be crazy. You know.
There you go. Well, guys, appreciate everybody hopping in here too. Appreciate Dave for hopping in with me too,
Thank
guys.
you
If you haven't already, subscribe to Dave. His link is in the title and the description too. And we'll be doing this again. I'll be back next week too. Another different guest too. And Dave, what else content you got coming this week too? International break. It's a little slow.
International break is slow. It is slow, but I've got. I'm gonna get back to my Madrid to Barca podcast with Omar tomorrow, hopefully, and then Barca volume will be on my channel as well. And then we're gonna resume Galacticos podcast next week, Monday, because of the international break. Let's know Real Madrid news. Transfer deadline's done. Do you know what? And I've got to say something, guys. Yeah, there was a huge spark of news before the transfer deadline window. Before we log off. About Kobe Mainu coming to Real Madrid.
I saw that,
yeah. And do you know what? Yeah, he would be a player that will fit into Real Madrid 100% under Xabi Alonso. He's a very, very tiny player. People don't realize how good Kobe Mainu is. Yeah, like I would have loved to see him in a Real Madrid jersey. Yeah. So do you know what? We'll see, but I don't know, man. Real Madrid. Let's see how they play for the rest of the games after the international break. So we're just gonna wait now. I hate these international breaks. It's so pointless.
I know.
Bro.
I hate, especially three games.
Why?
In,
Why so? Yeah, exactly. Why 3 games in and then international break? It's the most stupidest thing. You loses all momentum of the team, and then restart again. It's stupid, mate. Anyway,
never will get it, but we'll see what happens. But guys, appreciate everybody hopping in here too. Dave, again, appreciate you, my guy. And we'll be back next week, guys.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Appreciate it. Cheers. Like the stream.
Adios. A la Madrid y nada más.
A la Madrid.